Welcome back, people! We are doing a VOD review of an actual player that I can talk to, not an Overwatch League player. If you want to introduce yourself, your name and game, your peak, what you think you're struggling with, yada yada, go right ahead.
Well, hello, I'm SparkyGirl17, aka Valerie, and my peak is 2281, currently in gold, playing on Penn State D2 White. And I think my biggest struggle point is positioning. I don't know where to be all the time in these games, and that's something that I'm actively working on.
Okay, gotcha. Obviously there's gonna be other things, and I will let you know what I think is the most important thing for you to look on at the end, or work on at the end. Here, you can actually see my display now. Chat. But yeah, we're just gonna get into some stuff here. How much time do you have? Like an hour?
Yeah, for
okay,
sure.
Cool, that works. I always want to make sure that I'm not like taking up everyone's time here. So let's get comps together here. Zexel, pick a character. Okay, wait, just for some people on YouTube, if they actually end up watching this, I play for Penn State's D1 team. This is like a sister team that's affiliated with the university as well. This is, I think, our lowest average team, but they are still doing pretty well in the Overwatch Homecoming tournament. You guys won a game this last week, right?
Yeah, these
like,
are the ones that we're looking
1-1?
at.
Is that what the records are? 1-1, or is it 3-1? No, 1-1.
Yeah, we lost one, we won one, and this is the night that we won.
Oh, okay, so this is actually an official?
Yeah.
Oh shit, this is prime time stuff. Okay. Anyways.
Prime.
So, I'm assuming this is the comp that you guys roll out on. Okay, this is actually a good comp. It's been seen before. I'm not gonna tell you guys what to play because that's your team's whole spiel. Anyways, I do just want to point out that they do have a Pharah. Who's like the main person that's going to be killing the Pharah?
Ordic. Our McCree.
Yes. Who's like second in command that like needs to be looking at Pharahs?
The Diva?
Yes, but who is third? Arguably
Me.
one. Yes. Okay, well, I don't know. Okay, I'm not even gonna lecture you on that. If you understand that, Baptiste can kill Pharahs very efficiently. It's the thing is like you have to be able to aim. Obviously, I haven't seen you play yet. My aim is pretty bad, but there are ways to make it better. So
yeah, I find
if you feel like you struggle with aim, sorry to cut you off. If you feel like you struggle with aim, don't make it seem like it's the end of the world, is what I'm trying to say here. Because like I came from console, my aim was dog poop. Can't get demonetized. It was dog poop. But there are ways to make it better by just like practicing little things here and there when you get the time. But what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I do try to focus fire the Pharahs when I can, but in this particular match, I found the trouble being I didn't have the time or space to do that because I was focusing on healing or being attacked myself. So that was what I noticed with this game in particular.
Okay, well, I'm sure there will be a lot of things to go over here, or you're just gonna be a god player and you're just I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, let's start. Starting on high ground, this is good. I've heard Ming's been helping a lot with D2 Whites.
Yeah, he has. He watched our whole game last night, and it was really helpful.
Okay. Hopefully I can help you out a bit. Alright, so starting on high ground is really good here. I want to see... so, okay, big things that, like, literally even 4.4, 4.5, even ML7 does. They waste... Hold up, can I... They like to waste their heal grenades when they don't really have to. So resource management is always something that I want you to keep in the back of your mind. I am almost certain that you were going to make this mistake because I was making this mistake when I was playing like T3 Tier 2. I just want to put that like into perspective now so that I can save some time when we actually start botting. Where are you? There you are. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. So they are walking in. Oh, real. I forgot. Okay, well, shoot. All right. Okay, so let's just start off here, and this is like, this can help you with the whole idea of like Pharah drama, whatever. Now I'm just gonna bring the topic up now because I think it needs to be addressed because it can kind of fuck with your mental as playing as support. I don't know if you play ranked or if you join comms, but women typically have it harder because people are assholes on the internet. So
Yeah.
I just want to point out that, like, try your best to not give a fuck and not care what people think. Because the problem with healers a lot that holds them back is that they think that their teammate's gonna die, and then they'll make a mistake, and then the whole lobby's gonna flame them. And that's just gonna be, like, exponentially more flaming because you're female, which is kind of fucked up. I don't really know how to help you with that, but, like, I just wanted to put it out there that, like, try your best to, like, not let it get to your head, kind of thing. Again, I'm a dude, so I really don't have anything here. But what I'm trying to say is, like, let's keep watching so I can actually tell my point. It doesn't seem like I'm weird. So, like, right here. So, like, right here, you use 2 healing grenades when you really didn't have to. Let's look at it from a third-person perspective, because I think it's easier. And this is, like, kind of min-maxy, but, like, let's see how much damage they're actually taking that Lucio couldn't really heal up. I could see you warrant 1 heal grenade. But after this, I'd immediately be just looking to damage their shield, damage the Pharah, and just try to left-click more than right-click, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like, you do have the... And, like, Titus pushed out a little bit too far in front of the shield. That's on him. He should be on heals right now anyways, until the team really needs to push. That's on him. Even then, I would just still be looking to pressure this. Because here's the thing. Obviously, you're new here, so, like... I'm sure you haven't watched any of my videos. But...
I have, actually. I watched your map.
Oh, shit! Okay, cool. Damage... Damage is healing. Do you understand that concept at all? Or is this completely foreign?
I do understand that concept. Yep, totally. You said it in the video, and it makes sense.
Yes. I have literally a whole separate video that goes into how this works. So if you need a refresher, that is, like, here's the thing. Obviously still provide your base value of healing, but look for ways that you can bust a Rhine shield or, like, kill the Pharah that has no mercy. Like, that's big. Especially if she has no mercy. Look for ways to do that. Because you always will have time to damage. Sometimes it'll be a little bit less often than others. But, like, this is one of those situations pre-fight where it's like, you don't really need to be healing. You can trust Plasma to shield this. And then look for damage on the Pharah. Look for damage on the Rhine shield. So that by the time... Because here's the thing. This team probably isn't going to have the mental capacity to be like, oh, my Rhine shield is low. Let's wait and then push. They're probably just going to keep pushing. So if you can go into the engagement with them having no shield and your Rhine having like 800 shield, you pretty much just carried the fight and you didn't even have to heal. Mm-hmm. It's like something very small that you can just implement and it's not really that hard.
Yeah. I'd like a link to that video. Where
yeah, I'll try to remember that. If you let me know after, I'll definitely send that to you.
Cool.
But let's keep going here. Regen. Here's the thing. Regen burst is always going to be one of those abilities that people are going to mess up a lot. I personally think that there are more important things to look at here. But if it's blatant, then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Right here, you can be a lot more aggressive. Your Rhine isn't below his armor level. Like, here's the thing. The most important thing about Rhine, or any tank rather, is that they don't go below their armor level, because then they're taking more damage. You're aware, like, the reduction thing. Sure,
yeah,
like,
I never thought about that before, though, like, keeping an eye on where their armor is at.
Like, I personally, I'm not like, oh my god, my Rhine's like 2 millis away from being away from armor, I'm gonna lose. That's not personally what I'm thinking, but there's a reasoning, I guess, behind it. So, like, right here, I think right-clicking is still fine, even though they're pretty much full. But, like, while you're right-clicking, get aggressive here. You already killed the Pharah. The fight's pretty much won. Obviously, you can't see this, but the Rhine's low. I think what might help you with aggression is if you did start that fight by hitting left-click on the Rhine shield, you would then know subconsciously that, like, that Rhine shield is low, they can't push, we have their Pharah, we win, kind of thing. So I'd be more aggressive here. Because, like, you even see right here, your Rhine isn't really taking any poke. Their Rhine's playing very far back. And, like, who on their team is really going to be damaging your Rhine? I mean, the Pharah is dead, and you also have a D.Va to kind of deal with that Pharah. And you, as well.
Yeah.
So, like, unless they're going to start engaging on your Rhine, you can be looking for damage right here.
Okay.
And I urge you to look for more damage.
But yeah, that's something Ming had mentioned as well. Told me to right click more.
Yeah.
Or left click.
So like, yeah, this is a lot of missed opportunity to be like poking out shields and pressuring the enemy. And I cannot express how important it is to be pressuring people at like yourself as support. It makes you a lot better at support when you are also a threat. Right here, yep, I'm totally okay with you looking for that right click. I would just be looking for more aggression, more damage. Trust the Rhine Shield's gonna save you. And if you make mistakes, in like a competitive game and someone flames you, like at this level, it really doesn't matter because if you're positively improving, if you have a positive trend of improvement, those people will stay there and then you will be diamond in like a month. So they literally won't matter, kind of thing. So like, don't be afraid of making mistakes and like trying to find value, kind of thing. Because like, I'm telling you straight up, if you were left clicking this whole time, this Ryan would engage with no shield, but now he has full shield.
Yeah, okay. That's a really good point. This is good information, yeah.
So now he has no armor, this is great. So this is really nitpicky. This is like extremely nitpicky. And at the end, I'm gonna like sum it all up so you have something to write down, kind of thing.
Okay.
So right here, your Lucio is getting pressured out. One grenade is enough. Reason why he can get out, this is like just like core understanding of what's going on. I went over this in the Bat video. You said you watched the Bat video, right?
Yeah.
And like the whole idea of threat levels, like who's really in danger.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Lucio is like his threat right now is only the diva, and it's unless you're like specifically looking for it, it's hard to understand that. But from this point forward, I think you'll have a better understanding. Like he got crit here because he was peeking around the corner and the Kree was there, and there was still a threat from Diva. But the thing is Diva would really have to engage on him in order for her to kill him. So the one grenade is enough because he realistically got out because the Diva is also getting pressured.
Yeah.
But what you also have to understand is like be aware of you're a brawl v brawl, so the enemy has to like pressure out your Rhine first because that's like really the only way. It's a very linear matchup in the sense of like the matchup is typically going to be in the front line. So the moment you see your mate wall and someone is on your Rhine, even like especially when it's the enemy Rhine, like that should be your focus. Like I don't even like if your Rhine's about to die, but so is your Kree, I don't give a fuck about your Kree. Like this Rhine needs to live because if Rhine dies in brawl, you lose. There's just no exception. Anyone else is expendable, in my opinion. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose people, but if your Rhine's getting pressured out by the team, he has to be the main focus. That's not to say that you shouldn't nade your Lucio once here. I think once is enough, though.
Okay,
arguably.
yeah.
Because it's more important to win the overall fight than just keep one person alive. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. He can heal himself too from that point.
Yeah, and I have more than enough faith in Titus to live against the Diva with the speed boost. This map as well. He's doing more than he'll be okay. I trust him. But let's see what happens here. Does your Rhine die? No. They use demo here though, so you know that you can be aggressive with yours if the situation calls for it. I like that you're right clicking. This is totally fine. I was wishing that like, so like right here you could use your M more aggressively. I don't think this is your mistake though. I would say like, if Plasma is not pushing that, so like let's take it back a bit, okay? You killed their Rhine. Therefore, that's like the green light. Okay, our turn. We win. We killed their Rhine. It's Rhine v Rhine matchup. We can push, even though Plasma is low. So like a higher level Reinhardt would be like, I saw the enemy immortality field. We still have ours. Let's push. They're just gonna do it. The thing with Plasma is, I mean, I don't know what rank he is. He might not be thinking this, but like if you see this opportunity, you killed the Rhine. You have Lamp. They don't. You can call for your Rhine to be hyper aggressive because you have Lamp.
Interesting. Most of the time he does go in like this.
Yes, from what I've heard, yes. Here's the thing: if he isn't pushing this, and you see an opportunity because you have your immortality field that you can clean this up really fast, so they don't get morale charge, tell him that.
Okay.
This is what I'm not saying it's necessarily your mistake, because this is something Plasma should already realize because it's like fundamental to like a Ryan v Ryan matchup at a high level. But if he's not doing that, you can make up for that mistake because of that. Also, VeggieTale Dan, I don't know if you're still here. I'm doing pretty well, actually. I'm having a good Monday. Sorry that I like completely didn't say anything about your comment, but does that make sense?
It does make sense.
All right, cool. Let's keep going.
VeggieTale Dan.
VeggieTale Dan. Okay, I'm okay with you using the immo there. Where's the Pharah? Like, what?
She's down below.
Oh, she's on the ground. Okay, let's take this back a bit.
I think maybe that's why Plasma started to back up. Maybe she was pressuring him.
You have a D.Va, you have a Kree. I think if you guys are literally just aggressive, like, it would be so much easier for you. Yeah. Because if you guys are more aggressive, then this flank means nothing. Yeah. I'm okay with that immo. I just wish you guys, yeah. I'm just going to keep this at, if you guys were more aggressive, I think that was the right call. And if your team isn't going to do it, make sure that you're looking for that. All right, let's see how you use window this fight, if you do use window. Okay, just looking for left clicks is totally fine. Yeah, you can definitely kill that Pharah. Good stuff. What sends do you play on?
What, sensitivity?
Yeah, and DPI.
I don't know my DPI, but my sensitivity is 17. We were talking about it last night, and they said I need some adjustment on that, so that was something I was going to look into.
Yeah, your DPI is probably very low. I'm not going to go over that if you're already going to give that team. I feel like you're struggling to keep up in terms of speed. Let's see. So, like, here's the thing. The moment that this team engages, I would be looking, like, the moment that you know they are engaging, and they have reached the point of no return, which obviously that takes time to learn. It's like about, like, when the Ryan crosses this line here and he starts walking is, like, the time that you window here.
Okay, yeah.
Like, this is really hard to teach. It's more so, like, you just kind of have to learn it. But you can be more aggressive with your window here. And this is going to go into something like, okay, sure, you kill that Pharah immediately. When you see the Ryan pushing here and you have window, I would just window. Even if your Ryan is in front of it, he doesn't really need to use the window. Because you killed their Pharah, and, like, here's the thing. He can just push this aggression if you window, kind of thing. I would be immediately looking for that next thing. It's hard to do that in this VOD when you're not aware that that's, like, something you should be doing, kind of thing.
Even if they windowed, so like they use their window, and then
you can match it immediately. Because here's the thing, right? Even if like they windowed first, which is, here's the thing, you don't want them to window first. Like, obviously you want to set the tempo first. You also have this corner here still that you can immo and still utilize that window very effectively.
Yeah.
Now, if they windowed like 2 seconds before and your whole team's plan is just, peel and then we re-engage with our window, then don't do it. But when it's this fast, it's like a split second, you're basically windowing at the same time. Okay. I would still argue, yes, it's better if you are the first one, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't in this situation.
Okay, yeah.
Zexel had a really good wall there. Good for him.
They also beat it though. Would it have been worth it to still window, even though they use beat?
Let's take a look. I didn't even realize they beated. So, like, here's the thing, right? They beated after the time that you should have windowed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's take this slower. Man, this Pharah. That's just so tragic. I don't know what he was doing. So, like, right here, I would immediately be looking window.
Okay.
It's very hard to do that. But it's just, like, get into the habit of doing this. Yeah, because even you wall, too, you can kill this Ryan with a window. Like, don't underestimate the power that window can have to just absolutely decimate people. Because this Ryan should have died. It seems like he gets out here. Where's Cordic? Is he flanking?
He is, yeah. He was gonna go flank noon, and then got pushed back from the D.Va.
But yeah, I'd be looking to window there. The immo, I'm not gonna comment on it because just for sake of time. Because sometimes that's okay, sometimes it's not. Alright, let's... I mean, you died because you emoed when you didn't need to, because, like, the Diva Bomb was behind this wall. That's just an experience thing. I can't really... Like, that'll come with time. Alright, you still have Window. You can still use it selfishly to kill the Pharah because she doesn't have a Mercy. You can find that opportunity to do so. You also have to know that she does have Barrage, so you want to try to immo that. If your Diva isn't there... Okay, I'd be windowing this. They're already past the point of no return.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take this back a little bit slower, because there's a lot going on. Like, be okay with being aggressive with Window. Because that's the only way you get better with it. And it's an ult that charges so fast that you might as well. Like, right here, I'd be windowing because they've pretty much crossed this path of, like...
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing. If you can force them to play inside here, they pretty much lose the fight. Like, this is an awful spot for them. Because you guys can just go from two sides and pretty much just win.
Yeah.
As well as, they've made it halfway through this staircase that, like, this Ryan will die before he can get behind the corner behind the corner here. And if he does go behind that corner, then they have, or if he will be, it's because of Immortality Field from the Baptiste, in which you then have Immortality advantage, and you pretty much just won the fight. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
So it's just something to think about, because now they get to shatter. In terms of Immortality placement, you have to be comfortable with putting it around corners and looking for it. So, like, there's a lot of different places you could have put this MO, but, like, here, I'm gonna draw some numbers here. Which one do you think is best? There's no right answer, I guess. There's kind of a right answer, but which one would you think is best?
I think the second one.
Oh, this is a 2, by the way.
Yeah, that
okay,
one.
yeah, so, like, I personally prefer the staircase because of the angle that you were at, but the second one's good. The one you don't want to do is the one that you did, which was kind of panic.
Yeah.
Again, this is a high-level mistake that I make. I made a lot before someone told me. And, like, the moment someone tells you, like, hey, look for corners to put Immortality Field, you're just gonna be like, oh, shit, like, this is a good spot, this is a good spot. Maybe I could even fit it back here if I need to. But, yeah. Like, you understand where the MO should go to get the most value. It's more so a fact of, like, hey, let me remind you, and then think about this kind of thing.
Yeah. Gotta keep it protected.
Because, like, I don't think you're dumb. I don't think you're a dumb player. I think the problem of most, like, metal ranked support players is just, like, confidence and just thinking on your feet kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, when I was stuck, well, the whole reason why I have been stuck was just confidence. But the moment I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna grind it, I don't give a shit, the game is so much easier. Because you just do what you need to do. And more in some scenarios. So you get away with it because the thing is, the reason why you get away with it is because your whole team invests ults, and you could have avoided that had you windowed early and just carried yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That is a comment I get a lot about using window more, and I've been using it more, but still need more, you know?
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like, I feel like that's honestly the big proponent. I mean, it might not be. Like, you might consciously be like, no, I'm not afraid of making mistakes, but, like...
That's definitely a factor.
Yeah. It's, like, implicit... Whatever, that's probably not the right word to use here, but... Yeah.
I think also with, like, the immortality placement, I'm not too confident about the radius of it, so I always like to make sure that I'm covering that person that I need to cover, and if I try to, like, hide it behind something, it might...
fuck it. I don't give a shit if they die. They're gonna die if you have a bad immo placement, because the immo's gonna die. So just make the mistake.
True. There you go. Okay, that's great.
So, like, if they give you shit about it, just say, fuck you, I'll see you in Diamond in a month. Oh, I won't. Whatever. I don't know. Someone chat. The advice I think either you or Shocker gave me was treating the alt like a cooldown more than an alt was a great... Yeah. You really do get it so fast that you can use it you want to use it aggressively. Like, you don't want to hold on to window when you have it. Unless you've already won the fight, and there's, like, obviously a bunch of different scenarios, yada, yada, yada. But, like, don't be afraid to use window if the fight maybe doesn't look... Like, if the fight looks close. If the fight is, like, one pick away from being for sure winnable. If you... Don't be afraid to... Because the thing is like, with window, to master it and, like, find the perfect timing and, like, positioning and placement of window, you just have to use it a lot. Mm-hmm. And if it helps you, yes, in a way, it is pretty much just, like, a minute-long cooldown. Because you're going to get it really fast. If you do damage, if you heal at the right times, if you regen burst at the right times, and it all works together kind of thing. But alright, let's keep going. And what's up, Slick? Right here, let me pull this back a bit. You could just do damage.
Yeah. Then the hog would be dead. Much faster.
Because, like, who's in danger of this hog when we get there? Nobody. He's looking at you. He's throwing the game. And your Rhine has enough health that he'll be fine. And the hog is so low that, like, you will kill the hog faster than you will heal the Rhine. So by killing the hog, you prevent the damage the Rhine could take. And then, yeah, that makes sense?
Yes, damage is healing.
Yes, cool. Alright, and then on to the next thing.
Here I get instructed by Zexel to window when they come around the corner.
Yeah.
60 seconds.
Window there, okay.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to do that, because if you guys have high ground, you just win. Like, they have to force you off high ground some way, and then you... like, there's other ways to use the window here.
I could have used it up on the high ground.
You can use it up on the high ground because, like, you can kill the Pharah on your own. You can also, like, if they decide not to come up here, like, you could window here, like we said, and force them out. Like, you can window on this angle. Here, let me actually show you the way that I would angle it as well, is angling it like this, so that if you force them out this way, you can then kill them this way.
Oh, yes.
That is another placement that is common for windows. The other thing is, like, if they want to go through here, you can still just window up here and pretty much get all the self window value you want. Or if they just want to walk point, you can also window from up here. Like, they have to do something to force you off this high ground. So, like, don't drop high ground just to window kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But, like, this isn't the worst thing ever.
I think we do end up losing this fight because we're not on the high ground.
Well, yeah, because he didn't drop. That I'm not going to go over that because it's just a macro thing at that point. Yeah, not the best window in the world. You kind of hesitated.
Yeah.
If you take my advice and you make mistakes, eventually you'll get better at it, like 100%. I'm not going to go over the fact that you died to Barrage because all of what this was that you were hesitant to window because you didn't know how to do it correctly. But you'll never know how to do it correctly if you don't try.
Yeah.
It's like abusing the hint systems on homework when your professor sucks. Like, sure, you don't know what you're doing, but you learn by just making mistakes kind of thing. I mean, that's how I learn accounting. I'm gonna be real. I don't learn anything in the class. I should just stop going to class, but... Go to class and don't do drugs, kids.
Are you an accounting major?
No, I'm a marketing major, but I have to take accounting.
Oh.
I'm like really good at accounting, but I just don't find it enjoyable. Sometimes it's like Overwatch. Okay, not taking the high ground as a team, whatever. I probably would take high grounds considering the fact they have a Pharah. So, this is an interesting fight. We're going to talk about positioning this fight. So, like, you're against a brawl. So, playing farther back away from the Rhine, good. But there are things that can change that. Hence, step one, a window. Immediately when a window is placed and your team... Here's the thing. The window is placed, but then Zexel makes a very smart play and immediately blizzards to try to take away the window's effect. So then, that's good. So you don't have to kite necessarily, but you have to get out of the LOS while the... Let's take this from third person too. You have to get out of the LOS of the window while they are being frozen. You don't want to stay ever in the LOS of window. You never want to peek it. So, like, you have two options as a team. You have let's GTFO Or let's GTF in. Let's pass that window. Zexel immediately is like on switch. All right, they messed up. They don't have a diva. They can't even eat my mail. We win. That's really good on him. Good job. What you do though is you kind of go in the middle and you're like, I don't know what to do.
Yep.
I don't know where to go. And then for some reason, this dude high noons when he didn't even need to. Like you should have just died because of window. It wasn't even because of high noon. So because you didn't make a decision here, you die. The correct play, quote unquote, that I would have done is from here, rotate in here, wait for something to freeze, and then when your Rhine pushes in, look for damage with him. Because if everything's frozen, you don't need to heal.
Yep, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Just things to think about. It seems like, oh, I would have done that, but it's so hard unless someone tells you blatantly. I speak from experience of, Right here, they have high ground. Be aware of that and always be looking at what could be on high ground. This hog, if he was any bit of smart, would have just been like, free food.
He does come up to that corner eventually. But yeah, none of us were aware that he was up there at this point.
Always assume something's on high ground. Oh, well, maybe not, but like, and if not, take high ground for yourself. Always make sure that high ground's cleared from the front. You have the opportunity to do that. Alright, your team should speed. Your team should speed. Immo! Oh shit, that's so unlucky.
I got booped by the Pharah.
You know what, I'm okay with that. The idea was correct, and you killed the Pharah too, so aim isn't even a problem here. It's more so speed and confidence, you know what I'm saying here. Damage. You're not gonna help that. You're not gonna help that diva out enough. You're just not. There's a Bap and a Kree on him. You just need to try to kill that Kree. Sure, you could weave in for extra ult charge, which is what I would do, but I'm not gonna force you to to do that kind of thing. Like, what the correct way to say this is you should be weaving there, but prioritizing the accuracy of the damage, not the healing. Because this is a point of no returns for your diva. He overextended instead of backing out. If he backs up, I think you can try to go for a heal, but I think weaving is better.
Okay.
Also, like, this is just a lost fight, so I'm not gonna... Or was a lost fight. So, okay, your Ryan's back. If he wants to push here, what should you do?
Window.
Yes, cool. You understand what you're doing.
Yeah, I considered it, but I was like, there's only 3 of us here, so...
Yeah, if he doesn't want to engage on that, then don't. But if he's calling, like, yo, let's walk on this, then window.
Yeah,
because you can force out the shield, and then he can do pretty much whatever he wants. I'd be windowing earlier so that they can't just walk into you.
That was a...
You understand. Yep. What's up, Papaya? How you doing? Pad swag, Pog, Shocker, Poggers. I don't think I've ever had papaya.
It's like a very sweet fruit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly the most healthy nutritionist. I don't know. All right, so why did your team take so long? Okay, so your Ryan's here. Let's walk. Yeah. Your team should be walking here. If you see this and your team isn't doing anything, like you, because here's the thing, right? You win this fight right now because they have like no ults. It's pretty much a neutral. I mean, sure they have a barrage, but you have Immo and Diva. You can just win this neutral fight with just a window on this corner. But you guys waited too long and gave them like all of that space, which that's tough.
Yeah.
If you see your team not doing that, just like take the fight and be like, let's go. I have window on this corner. 3, 2, 1. Speed. Bam. Do it. And if it fucks up, whatever. At least you tried and you learned.
Yeah.
If you have a good stream so far, you're doing okay. Awesome. Patch nutrition advice consists of go take a walk. Yeah, dude. Go take a walk. You'll play so much better. Trust. Okay, moving on. So now you're going to have to use the window on this corner back here. That's what... Yeah, this thing. It's moving too fast. Okay, anyways, you see what I'm talking about.
That's what I was calling for.
I dislike this window. Let's take a look why. I'm sorry I'm like going so in depth on this shit, but like I like that. I have the time to do it. So like you watched the BAP video. I'm just referencing a lot, and I love when students actually watch it, so I don't have to explain everything. So like, what's the difference in coverage between a window, the pink window, and like just this yellow window? Like, what do you lose out for doing pink instead of yellow?
What do you lose out for doing pink instead of yellow?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like on the pink one you can do more of an angle to the left.
You're losing out on nothing is the whole idea. Like, you can still just shoot down main pretty easily, you know?
Yeah.
So there's no reason to do a flat window pretty much ever.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, there's almost never a reason. I don't know if I still have the code, but there was a time in overtime when I was on BAP in a ladder game where I did some freaky ass window. Like, I'm talking like the enemy team was here and my team was like here. But then I windowed like this. No, not that harsh of an angle. Hold up. It was like almost like this. So that like, and this was like some big brain shit. But this is just what I'm thinking about. Like, I wasn't afraid to make a mistake, even though this was like game winning. I can still shoot through this tiny little point right here, and that's what happened. We forced the Orisa shield out, and then here's the thing: the easy window would have been just like this. Oh, force them out, but then they rotate back here. But because I had it at a weird ass angle that still covered everything I needed to, we then could rotate around here. And then just win the fight here.
Yeah.
This is going to take literal months of practice. But I'm pretty sure Shocker or someone was watching that stream. Absolutely fucking nasty what I did. Frickin' nasty. Nasty. And I don't know if anyone remembers that, but that was the craziest window. So like, I urge you to look for angles that you could make. I mean, obviously right here, it's like not going to do anything. Like whether or not it's like here or here because of where they are, but like positioning, placement of windows, think about it.
Yeah, that's something I never considered before. And I feel like also it was really far back to put that window because we ended up pushing forward through it and it was kind of underutilized.
It wasn't, they weren't in the point of no return yet. They weren't in Dead Man's Land. Mm-hmm. Like, look where their Rhine is. He's not engaging yet. He's like the brawl. Now he's kind of engaging. Still, they're just kind of playing weird. You just see their hog. Like, here's the thing. I'm still okay with this window to a point if you kill the hog. I would just say you would have to do it sooner. You'd have to be more aware of it. So don't listen to me. Because, like, you have to immediately be just looking for damage and try to kill that hog. In which, this is so complicated because it's, like, so overloading. I'm just going to keep going. Like, because here's the thing, you need to do the damage to then force the immo, but this guy just did immo anyways. So it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Here's the main mistake, right? Your team didn't push, so you didn't window here. Okay, that's the most important thing. Good to see that you don't lack object permanence, but everyone else does. There's still a hog here that needs to get killed first.
Yeah, Zexel was calling it out.
Zexel lacks object permanence. What's up, Yabuski? And you are not obligated to be here on time, so don't be sorry that you're late. It is a stream, buddy. But I hope you're doing well.
You're late!
Yeah, you're late to watching my stream where you don't get paid. Yeah, your team needs to be more aggressive. Like, this corner is really important because you get the immo advantage as well. Like,
oh, yeah.
Just being more aggressive on the line here, which is weird to see. Oh, he's trying to flank shatter?
Yeah, then they see him, so he reverts.
Yeah, don't... If they're already engaging, and if Plasma Shark sees this, if they're already engaging, don't go for a flank shatter. If you win the fight, and you want to go for a flank shatter, immediately look for somewhere. It has to be quick. Because the higher teams you play, the faster they're going to be and the faster they're going to find that you're flank shattering. So like, you need to be quick about it. And right here on this point, there really isn't anywhere to flank shatter. I mean, maybe here, maybe around the corner he's going for, but he was too late. Because, like, at this point, they're like, oh, this dude's flank shattering. What's stopping them from just literally walking down main?
Yeah.
I don't know. No hate on Plasma, but just keep it in mind. Somehow they just... Why are they ammoing first? Again, another opportunity. Now you can literally just use ammo whenever. Yeah, now you do damage. Okay. You had ammo down. If your Rhine dies, it's really not your fault. And arguably, you wouldn't have been able to out-heal that damage anyways. If you have ammo down, do damage. If your Zen is transcending, what should you be doing? Damage. Say that you're running Bab Zen, you should be doing damage, because what's your healing going to do? If he already does 200 heals per second, I mean, unless something's going to be doing more than that, and at that point, like, well, fuck. Just try to kill it first.
Yeah.
Another thing that I learned from attack mode, that, like, it's something that you don't think about, but, like, holy shit, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. Alrighty. I don't love your positioning. I'd be playing back a little bit more. If your team is not going to be aggressive, but your team should be aggressive. Immediately when you're Kree High Noons, if no one is calling for speed, you gotta be calling for it.
Okay.
Alright, okay. Let's take it back a bit. I was so happy. You were doing so well, man. Fuck. Alright, let's see this. Yeah, speeding. You should be speed engaging. Does he have speed? No, he doesn't. Well, I don't know where he used it. It's not his VOD. Let's keep going. Okay, yeah, great damage, taking out the immortality field. I mean, honestly, I would argue you should probably just kill the Rhine, because the immortality field isn't really keeping the most important person alive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're really gonna get picky here, you should just kill the Rhine.
Yeah.
But you could also kill the Bap too, so like it could really go either way. It's not the most important thing. Right here, you see the High Noon. Immediately, your first reaction, great job! You play behind the wall. You hear that he draws, but then you immo. And you have beat up!
Yeah.
I know you know that's a mistake.
Just an impulse, yeah.
Just, you know. You'll be,
where did it go? Like,
who, the Kree?
My ammo.
Oh, it hit the wall.
Oh, okay.
Which, I'm not even going to talk about placement. It was just the idea behind it was, come on, you know?
Yeah.
You're better than that. Alright, I'm expecting a roll. Alright, let's see what they have. They have a weird comp. You have the same comp. Your comp has better brawl because you have a May Kree. It's literally just a very solid brawl comp. Yada yada yada. That means nothing. Cool. Let's keep going. It's okay nades. I'd be reloading now to take a fight. So like here's the whole idea of resource management. Now that we're in attack, it's much more prevalent. Let's take it back a bit.
Defend objective A.
Hold up, let me stop. We are like 43 minutes into a VOD review, and I did not ask you if you have any questions. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? I've been like weaving them in as we've been going, but
yeah,
if I think of any, I will let you know.
Okay, cool. All right, let's keep going. Oh, how is everything? I think I already answered you, but I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too, Booski. So like right here. Oh, hold up. I wasn't looking. I was looking at chat. How does your Kree take damage? Just
I don't know.
Okay, so those two nades. Okay, whatever. No one's gonna be taking damage now because everyone's stacked like they should be. So you should reload. I'm just gonna tell you what you should do. You should reload here because you got hit by Fire Strike and you're about to engage. Regen burst after you reload. Be looking for damage here.
Oh.
But because of all these mistakes, okay, you should have you had to use him more prematurely to kill this Reinhardt. So like here's what I'm saying in terms of resource management. You used like 5 nades too many before the fight even started.
Yeah.
Thus making you it forces you to take a faster fight when you want to have the option of a slower fight available to you. And because your resource management was faulty, then you were forced to use regen burst and immortality field at suboptimal times.
Yeah. What do you mean by it would slow down the fight?
So because you run out of healing grenades. Okay, hold up. You mean taking a faster fight or a slower fight?
Taking a slower fight.
Because you have more nades, you can take a slower fight? Is that what you're asking? Like,
Yeah.
why does that make sense? So,
Yeah.
So because you have more uptime, you can utilize that uptime.
Okay.
So you used your uptime before the fight even started.
Okay.
So, let's say... I'm going to try to explain this in numbers so that it kind of sticks in your brain a little bit more. And let me take this beeping noise away. Okay. Let's look at the chalkboard. I used this for a thumbnail like way long ago. So like, let's say our uptime is the number 5. And the only way to make the uptime reset is by reloading.
Okay.
Before the fight even starts, you don't want to use any of this 5 that you have. But you used like -2. So you only have a fight that can last as long as 3.
Okay. Yeah. Is
You
that
don't
because
want to
of
use
just
that
the-
because here's the thing. Oh, so hold on, because it's all gonna make sense.
Okay.
So like, to make this go back, right? You have to use like, in terms of numbers of time, you have to use like 1. I don't know. But in that 1 second in Brawl, you give the team 1 second that you can't do anything, unless IMO, other than IMO. And keep in mind that if they force your IMO and they have IMO, they win the fight. So then, like, what's the problem? Like, this 1 second causes them to win the fight if they're good. If they are good at the game, which most people aren't. But, you know, neither am I. But, like, most people won't pick up on this. But, like, this 1 second, if they do force IMO, they take the W. So, like, the correct response here is try to make the subtraction in this equation as little as possible.
Okay.
You know what would have been better? If we didn't use the number 5 and we used the number 10. And then you used 3 grenades. You only have 7 nades, or you used 5 grenades. You only have 5 grenades to take you through the fight, while their BAP has 10 grenades. Who's gonna win the fight? Probably the enemy BAP, because he has more uptime than you do, and they have more liberty. And when you have more decisions and more things to fall back to within a fight, that's gonna cause you to win.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not all the time, because if you just take the fight fast and you're more mechanically skilled like you guys are and you have a better comp, oh yeah, okay, you win. And it also works out because their comp wants to play a slow brawl because they have Ana and your comp is just faster, so it works out. But does that make sense?
That
In
does
terms
make
of
sense.
resource
Yeah.
management?
And are you just
something very
talking about
subtle.
in terms-
What's up?
You're
What were
just
you saying?
talking in terms of reloading, correct? And because I didn't reload at the right time, then I had to use my abilities.
No. What I'm saying, because sometimes you're not even going to have time to reload. Sometimes, like, realistically, you wouldn't have had time to reload. But because it's a lower elo match and there's a little bit more leeway and it's not as fast paced, you'll have opportunities to make up for that mistake. But if this was a top 50 game, which, I mean, I don't know what your goals are. They're probably not top 50. But if you're trying to improve, I mean, realistically, you're trying to be the best you can be. So, like, set yourself to that standard.
Yeah.
In that level of game, if you mess up and you use 1 nade too many, or you don't have that resource, like, that loses you the game. Because you won't have time to reload and make up for your mistake. You're just going to have to take the fight, and your team's going to be like, well, why did we lose? And then you're going to be like, well, I fucked up a nade. Obviously, like, you're kind of making up for their mistakes because Cordic wasn't rotating very well. But, like, because it's a lower SR game, then you can kind of be like, oh, well, I have the chance to reload here. And this is like the whole thing of don't heal when your team doesn't need the heal. Instead, substitute that with damage, because then at that point, you're getting, like, X2 value. It might not seem like a lot, but, like, instead of wasting your resources, you are doing damage to them. That's like ×2 health resource shit. If you really think about it. If that makes sense. And also, Shocker,
Yeah.
this is someone affiliated with Penn State, like on a team. It's not just someone that I know. It's on D2 White, who I guess is a JV team, quote unquote. But does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
I've never explained it to someone that way, but I just kind of pulled it out of my ass because when thoughts come, you know, you just got to do it.
Yeah, very, very good way of explaining it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the first nade, you didn't need to. And like, you might be a little Paz, you're being nitpicky. Well, I think that every player can really be fantastic. It's just you got to be reminded of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, your resource management is much more apparent on offense just because that's how resource management works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
also
like, you
didn't
ammo
hide that
there
very
because you
well.
didn't need to. Obviously, you didn't need to ammo, but like, the reason why was because you were low on, like, you didn't manage yourself properly.
Yeah.
Okay, so why are you killing the turret when that's not a threat?
They were calling too.
I don't give a shit! Sure, kill the turret every now and then, but like, right here. The Torb's in your back line. That is a free pick. Kill the Torb first. And here's the thing. This has been a common theme. I don't care if your team is telling you to kill a turret. If you see an opportunity, no one else... Like, here's the thing. Anyone in their right mind would be like, yo, fuck this Torb. Oh, damn it. Just, whatever. Fuck this Torb, man. Kill it. Anyone would say that. Anyone... But not everyone has your eyes. Not everyone has your point of view. Like, let's look at everyone else. Plasma... Well, what the fuck? Why can't I see Plasma? Okay, well, let's just go... Why is this being so dumb? Plasma's in no man... Well, not in no man's land. He's dealing with a hog, so he doesn't even want to focus on that. Titus is doing Titus things. Zexel, we're not even going to talk about what's going on here, okay? Like, they're doing their own thing. Like, the whole point of this is they don't see the Torb in the middle of point. The Diva is sleeping and is looking at the sky. And what's Cordic doing? No shot he doesn't say kill the Torb.
Looks like he shot him.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
looking
he
at the
died.
Torb. He doesn't give a shit. So good for him. He doesn't give a shit. Like, when you see things, be vocal. I don't care what role you're playing. When it's this big and it is so blatantly obvious, I don't give a shit. Just tell them. And if you mess up, fuck it, dude. You'll be masters in 2 months, 1 month. I don't know. It's happened before. Okay, right here, damage. Kill the Rhine before the hog kills your Rhine. Obviously, he's not going to kill, but like, you could have avoided all this damage that Plasma has taken by just doing damage earlier.
Yeah.
And that makes it so that you can do more damage, and it's just a domino effect. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Very good job holding... Well, I'm not going to go over that fight, because we've already been here for like 50 minutes. But I'm hoping that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I told them to wait because I'm like, I'm not with you.
Yeah, tell them that. And then, yep, they waited. Cool. They seem to listen to you. So, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
they
good.
did there.
Rotations could be cleaner. That's more so on your team to like wait for you and yeah, whatever. Just, I'm not even gonna go into rotations because that's just gonna overload you, kind of thing.
Yeah, use the team.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's really risky. The moment you see an, yeah, this is kind of on your diva. Yeah, you need to be getting healed here. I'm not even gonna talk about anything because we've already talked about enough. Whatever. Window. That's something I'll tell you. There, do it sooner. And tell your team to fucking walk. Don't peek the Kree. Take this angle with the box sooner. These are just small pointer things that we've already talked about. Okay. Dude, the Kree is still up there! Don't turn your back to him! Oh no! You should have died. You lack object permanence. You know. I'm disappointed. What's your major?
Philosophy.
Okay. I'm sure you understand what object permanence is then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So immediately, I say you can take cart. Poor Diva.
Yeah, we were deciding that, and
I would go over. I mean, I think Diva's probably better in this situation. Yeah, probably. I'd say Diva's best for cart here, but you guys need to immediately just be taking high ground. You can't be playing here. Take high ground. It's so free. It's such a free win. Look how you already have window again.
yeah.
Crazy.
Wow, yeah.
It's almost like if you make a mistake, it doesn't fucking matter. Now, window now! Window! 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 Where is my window? Holy fuck. Man,
Yeah,
you didn't
that
have to
would've been
freeze there, man. Just do it, man.
Yeah, that would have been a good time too.
Yeah. Because then you could have avoided all of this shit. You didn't even have the ammo. You didn't have to use the freaking Creole. You didn't use the mail. You just carry your team by just doing your own thing. Damage! Poggers! Oh, you should do more damage. Actually, no, you can heal that. Yeah, no, this is okay to heal. I'm just like moving along here so that the YouTube bot isn't an hour and a half and everyone's like, I'm not fucking watching that shit. Even though no one watches my shit anyways, it's cool. Okay, window. Any windows? Any windowers? Okay, that's
Afraid
fine.
not.
They backed off. It's cool. You already won the fight. I'd still window here. I mean, just win the fight quick. I don't know. I'm just gonna say, man, when are you gonna window, man? Window. Perfect opportunity to. Where is that? Oh, okay, you already won the fight. Whatever. I guess you're just better than I am.
Well, no, I think any of those times would have been good to use. I would have had it back.
You would have had a
now.
second. Yes, exactly.
Literally.
You would have already had another window. All right, let's see you take this corner right now. You shouldn't be on cart. Your Diva should. Or your Lucio. Take the corner and window. This is a notorious window spot. Any
Up on that,
windows?
Where the Ryan is right now?
Yes. That is like, you just win that corner. It's a free fight. Where's that window, baby? And we forced out another blizzard. You didn't have to. You didn't need to use that. I'm not even going to talk about that, though. There's so many other things that we could talk about today. Where's that window? The fight isn't won yet. Window! There it is! Yeah, you'll get better at it the more you do it. Literally every time I say... Nah, you should... I'm just going to tell you straight up. You just should have windowed. I'm going to be fucking straight honest with you, man. Oh my...
Windowed sooner?
Dude, you could have windowed 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to say anything more than I already have said, just because it'll overload at that point. But like, so many missed opportunities, just a window kind of thing.
Yeah.
Man, I'd be looking to tell your Ryan to push forward a bit and just look for some damage to get. Guess what?
Window.
Ultimate charge for window. Yes. Holy shit. You're so smart.
Oh, gee, thank you.
Yeah, okay, you don't need to right click. You see, okay, yeah, you right click twice. I'd be reloading again so that when you have the fight, you can go. Now, you see, now you only have 5 things to, yeah, and then you have to use ammo early.
Yeah.
That's a resource management issue. Also, the ammo's positioning wasn't very good. Holy slam! Where's the left clicks? When he slams, weave.
Okay.
You know what I mean by weave, right?
Yeah.
Weave damage and healing, but focus on accurate damage, not accurate healing. Alright, cool, you guys win. Alright. Oh man, this might be a pure 60-minute banger. Alright, cool, let's go. Let's talk about our closing remarks. If you don't write stuff down after a VOD review, I definitely urge you to do so, because it's meta, bro. Yeah, sorry, I'm like off the hinges right now. I'm
off the hinges. Have like a energy drink or something?
No, I don't even drink coffee. I wake up at like 7 a.m. every day. I'm abnormal.
Dang.
I'm recording. What's up?
Real different.
I'll be out soon. Alright, so what's going on here? I just spilled water over me. Cool. Alright, cool. Number 1. What's the most important thing? Window.
More often.
And you know what I'm going to say with this? I'm not going to write it down. Put a footnote in this. Confidence. Mm-hmm. Be a badass bitch. Let's go. Put it in their face.
Write that down. Word for word.
But like literally just in general. There is no, like in life, there is no time to be a beta. Even though I don't know, you know?
No, don't call yourself a beta.
I'm a Sigma male grind set. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the thing. In reality, they're really in gaming, and just in my opinion, in life in general, is what I'm starting to learn as college goes on. There's literally no fucking. There's no point in not doing something. There's literally no point. There's no point in giving a shit. There really isn't. Because if someone doesn't like you for who you are, fuck them, dude. There's billions of people on this planet. One of them has to, you know? Fuck them. If this dude, oh, you didn't fucking heal me, you stupid fucking bitch. Okay, you're gonna be gold border gold in 2 months while I'm gonna be fucking masters. I don't give a shit about you, dude. Keep being a bitch. Keep saying the N-word because you're fucking a disgrace of a human. Fuck them. If your teammate says, kill the turret, but you see a Torb in your backline, fuck them, dude. Kill the Torb.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, if I have window and I see an opportunity, I'm gonna do it. If I make a mistake and my whole team flames me, that's great. But I don't care.
Yeah, you took the opportunity.
You took the opportunity. You learned from it. You know what they didn't do? They're still gold after like 5 years, man. You just gotta make mistakes and be cool with it. You gotta trust your aim and do it. I mean, I always tell this to people. I mean, at this point, I'm a little bit more hyped than usual, so I'm really getting in there with it. But, you know. So here's the thing. Window more, and then as you start windowing more, just be looking for, like, places, like corners. Just gonna draw, like, a degree. 45 degrees angle is most of the time optimal, but when you're looking at your own VODs, I'm also trying to teach you stuff for just while I'm not there. Always be like, could I have windowed in a better angle? Yeah. Was there a better time for me to window? Could I have just not windowed this choke, waited for them to come in, and windowed on high ground and kill their Pharah? And then they have to deal with the BAP threat on high ground. That's just stuff to think about. But overall, what's going to improve your windows the most is if you just do it. Hashtag Nike sponsor me. Please. I need money. Yeah. Anyways. Resource management. I'm just going to do RM. It's a small thing, but I just want you to kind of keep your eye on it and see what's going on here. I would also kind of put a footnote under it as you get better at resource management. Threat levels. Who really needs the healing? Who doesn't need it? Could I be doing damage instead? I'd put that as a footnote. The first thing that you should do so you don't overload yourself is just making sure that you're not wasting resources before a fight so that you have more options. Yep. As you get better at that, then start looking at, well, I could prioritize damage before the fight here. I don't need to heal him there. That one time where Titus was first point defense, you hit him with one nade. But now there's a Ryan in the front line. Who needs the healing more? Well, the Ryan in the front line needs it more.
Yeah.
That's something that you can work on. I'm trying not to overload you because overloading is that's a common mistake for high rank players. They always just tell their students everything they possibly could do better, which I did not do today, which, I mean, you're not playing bad at all. Anyways, and then MOs generally are okay. The reason why they're okay is because of these things, I think. There's always a problem that will, like, obviously there's always things that you can do better with your MOs. The thing that I'm going to say with your immortality fields, obviously be a badass bitch. If you find an opportunity, they used MO and you didn't, and you have a corner and you can push, tell your Ryan to get the fuck in there. And he'll trust you.
Yeah.
Be a badass. If not, put it around a corner. Smile. Always be looking to put it around corners. Maximizing the defense aspect, putting it in positions that are safe, but are not costing the effectiveness of the immortality field. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like how content creators say, yo, just don't die and you'll climb. Well, do something with your life. Just don't suicide, you know? Because, sure, I could just not die, but I'd be dancing as Torb and Spawn. Am I winning? No, I'm not. I need to do something with my life. And then number 4, This is just something to do every day. I don't know if you've watched my VODs before, but everyone in chat already knows what I'm saying. 15 to 30 minutes of aim arena a day makes the bad aim go away. Hey.
I do that before our scrims every time.
Yeah, Vaxta. VAXTA. Hard mode. Will help you out a lot. I don't think aim was really an issue compared to all this other macro kind of concepts. And the weird thing is that you're not dumb. Like, you understand everything. It's just you need to do it. Like, I honestly think if you were to just grind ranked and just do it, you would hit diamond in, like, a month. But obviously you have college and, like, you kind of need to, like, make a living for yourself eventually. So, like, priorities. But just keep that in mind.
Yeah. I think a lot of this was, like, I listened to my team's calls and just go off of whatever they're saying, but I'm learning now, like, where I can take initiative and the things that I can do to help. And
yeah.
all of this was really helpful for that too. So definitely feeling more confident already.
So, like, I don't want to tell you, like, just don't listen to your team. Just realize when there are opportunities and take them.
Yeah.
Even if you're not sure if it's an opportunity, even if it's just a glimmer of hope, just go for it. Fuck it, you'll learn.
Yeah.
And that's just how life works. I don't know.
Life advice from Paz.
I mean, like, literally, I've probably learned more about life through Overwatch than any other thing I've ever done in high school.
You know,
Which might sound really fucking lame.
No, I feel you, man.
You learn a lot dealing with some of these people. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn a lot. Do you have any questions? Copy over? Any questions over?
I'm thinking.
Oh, sorry. I thought you didn't hear me.
I think, in terms of, like, at the very beginning, so I was kind of far away from the Rhine and not dealing damage. I've heard feedback of, like, stay right next to your Rhine, stay really close to your Rhine, and then also, like, stay back and stay out of trouble kind of deal. So is that kind of just, like, assessing the situation of, like, how much we're being pressured at the moment versus how much I can, like, push up with our Rhine?
I'm going to teach you something. This is something that 99% of people just don't get. Coaches will tell you things. But sure, it's true in most situations, but I try to lean away from this. Like, Overwatch is a very fluid game. So I can tell you, yeah, just play close to your Rhine, but that's not always true. If you always were to play next to your Rhine, you would throw some games. Do you know why? Because if I'm standing right next to my Rhine in a Brawl v Brawl matchup and they decide to speed boost in, I will die.
Mm-hmm.
But the situation where they're like, oh yeah, play close to your Rhine is when you already killed their Rhine and you just want to be aggressive and, like, kill things. Because you have the opportunity to. Yeah. So try to understand it that way than just be like, oh, I need to position myself right here all the time and this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
It's literally like all the professors in college are like, if you want to do well on tests, understand the concept. Don't just memorize. It's literally the same thing. Like, if you understand the fundamentals of it, sure, you're going to make mistakes. But, like, you'll learn so much faster and you'll just be better.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, in that situation where, like... So here's the thing. Play next to your Rhine. In that situation, like, I can... Here, let's take it back. Trying to find where this was. Was it here?
I think it was.
Take it back.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's do the camera of I'm playing right next to my Rhine. Okay, this is okay. They're not in yet. Like right here. All right, play next to your Rhine. Get damage. Cool. All right, right now. Is playing next to your Rhine a good idea? No, it's not. Because they will just speed on you and you will die.
Yeah.
That's for Brawl. What if they're playing Dive?
Ooh.
Hug your Rhine. Because what are they going to do if they, like, what are they going to do if you're next to your Rhine? Dive you? Well, then your Rhine just gets mega value.
Yeah.
And just wins the fight.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
obviously you're not always going to stay next to your Ryan when you're against dive, because maybe sometimes you're going to try to play for an aggressive like flank window and you're just going to hide. Maybe they have like EMP and you don't want to stand right next to your Ryan, you want to hide. Or like you want to play really, really far back so you can force like a weird fight for them. They're like, I just think that you should promote understanding and not just listen to someone say, yeah, just do this, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
try
good
to
advice.
understand what they're saying. Like, because if you were to play right next to your Ryan right now, you're gonna lose the fight. Now I'm gonna tell you the point in which you should be aggressive. Right now, sure, fuck it, play next to your Ryan. You have a wall, you can kill the immo. You have immo. Sure, start walking with your Ryan and take the aggression. Obviously not right next to your Ryan. But what they're trying to say is, yeah, play aggressively and help your Ryan aggress forward.
Yeah.
Like, push. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, now play next to your Ryan, because what's going to kill you that's close? They don't have swing damage. They have no cleave. Now, yeah, sure, you can literally play next to your Ryan. There's no difference.
Cool. Yeah.
So, like, that's my big thing with, like, people that are... Like, no hate on high-ranked players that try to do coaching because they want to help people out. It's great. I just think they need to know that, like, sometimes they are being counter-helpful. So, like, whenever... This is my big advice for anyone, even anyone in chat that's taking advice from a high-ranked player. Always try to understand what's going on. Always ask questions and don't just take things at face value. Because if you were to just play next to your Ryan there, you were playing like a bronze, not like a top 500. There's no one answer, and that's my big thing. I don't know if you've ever been on r/Overwatch University. If you haven't, don't. The thing is like there's a lot of just like blanket statement questions, like, what should I do as Ryan to win more games? And like generally people are like, okay, well, generally my answer will be, if you're struggling in gold as Ryan, just be more aggressive. Like, make space, trust your team, calm. But there are, like, obviously that's not a one-shoe-fits-all thing. Obviously, if they have, like, I don't know, a Bastion in the back line, don't push their spawn. Don't do that. Just try to understand what's going on and then apply everything you've learned and go from there. And that's a lot easier said than done, but now that you have that knowledge, you're already, like, 50 million steps ahead of all the other people that just think their teammates are the problem.
Yeah, and then practicing it,
Yes.
you learn.
And again, here it's like, well, if you play more aggressive, yada yada yada. It's more than just play next to your Ryan lol. But understand that that's a pretty common thing to do in some compositions, and on others, yeah, whatever. Just use your brain. Don't autopilot.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I don't think I have any other questions. You answered quite a lot, and I got a lot of good things to think about for my next game.
Pog. Do you have anything that you want to plug?
Oh, my Twitch. I've been streaming our games, so if anyone wants to watch D2 White Scrims and Tourneys, come on down to SparkyGirl17 on Twitch.
Penn. Wait, where's the logo? Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing. If you just want to link me that, and if I do end up uploading this on Friday, I don't know if I will or not, I'll put that in the description, and that's great. But yeah, if you don't have anything else, I'm going to close out the video. I'm going to definitely, I'll be back. Yeah. I always do closing remarks. Good player. Smart player. Just needs to be confident, and then just will learn. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. There's so many people, and especially people that'll watch this whole thing. Just be confident. You guys are smart players. Just be okay with making mistakes, you know? But yeah, I appreciate everyone for watching. If you've watched this far, it's been a long VOD, but honestly, I'm thinking about uploading this just because there's a lot of information in here, and I feel pretty good about myself after that VOD. I think I said a lot of good things, and I hope I said it in good ways, and hopefully that can kind of sum everything up. But yeah, if you guys want to watch my stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, unless otherwise stated in my Discord, which you can join in the link or the description below. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. But until next time, we gotta peace out and paz out. See you in the next one.